Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. Just want to make a quick video showing off some of the bigger boas. I know I don't really show them off that often, but it's try to show them at least once, maybe once a month. Every couple of videos I'll toss them in, but they are a little bit difficult to get out and to show on the cameras. More when I do the lives. When I do the lives, it's mostly the smaller ones. But I did get a new webcam, so hopefully tomorrow night, Tuesday, when I go live, it'll be a lot easier showing the snakes, and then I can definitely take out some of the bigger ones because I had issues with the GoPro. Hopefully this new camera that I got, super cheap, but hopefully it works better than a GoPro. So this is my 2017 call, Albino, and het for nothing, it's just a regular albino. She is not too bad of shape for her age. She could be a little bit bigger, I think, if I was feeding her more often, and I am still feeding all of my big boas every 2 to 3 weeks on mediums. I think I need to possibly bump them up to larges or really get strict about sticking with a 2-week schedule because they're definitely not looking lean. You can see the muscle tone on them. It's a good body shape. I don't see any fat on them, anything like that. But so the albinos, when they're babies, they're super bright, really attractive to buy. I mean, they definitely catch your eye when you're going through the shows or looking online because their tail patterns, their saddles are super red, super orange, and then as they get older, they fade out. So she's definitely faded a lot. Not completely, but I don't know what she's going to look like over the years. And, you know, a lot of people don't like the albinos because they fade out a lot. A lot of people are going to different morphs on the albinos or adding a bunch of stuff to them to keep the color. But I personally like them. And she still has some nice color tone on her tail. Some really nice whites on her with the yellow tone. But man, she is gorgeous. And then she's got the red eyes. So one of the big things with the albinos is if you breed albino to albino, you get a bunch of birth defects with the eyes. And we'll put her back. A lot of times they're born with no eyes, one eye, or bug eye, and then eventually the bug eye, the eyeball will most likely fall off, and then they'll just have an eye socket with no eye, and then people really don't like that. But you know, a lot of times people breed. You can get it with hets too, but I think if you just go albino to albino, I was talking to somebody local, and they got like 20 babies, and 13 or 14 of them all came out with weird eyes. So I mean, they still breed, so a lot of breeders will keep the ones that are messed up eyes and then sell off the good ones. But I think some people would not mind buying ones with messed up eyes just because it's different, it's unique. But that's just one thing that people have to be aware of when they breed albinos, that you might get stuck with a ton of snakes with messed up eyes, and then nobody really wants them. So we'll look at the normal, and yes, I do use a hook because some of them are cage defensive, and they will bite. And I don't really want to get bit. Will it hurt? Probably. Do I want to bleed all over my carpet? No. So this is my 2017 normal, and no, sorry, 2016. 2016, I've had all my snakes in the room since they were, babies. As soon as they were able to be sold, I bought them. I think only the one that I bought was a year old, and that was the IMG. So it was definitely pricey. So definitely had to come up with the money on that. Took a while, but man, she is big, gorgeous, and it's a normal. Like, I love normals. I know I have a ton of morphs, no really crazy morphs, nothing insane, but I guess I have enough morphs but I just love the normals. Like, all the normals look different, you get different patterns, different saddle markings, different tails, different shades of brown and I guess you could say red or the rusty color. But they're just awesome snakes, and you can get them for like $100. So you don't have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to get a really nice looking snake. Good temperament once she's out. I do like to take her outside in the summertime. She loves to be in the grass. She loves to climb. So I made this little PVC climbing thing, and she loves it. She could stay up there all day. But I'm not really sure how big she's gonna get. I would say she's maybe 5.5. I have no idea. Maybe 5.5. Maybe touching 6 if she's stretched all the way out. 6 feet. But as of right now, she's just, a good common boa. So been thinking about getting an IMG jungle or IMG motley and breeding to her. I know I wouldn't get anything crazy, just more commons, IMGs, and then, whatever else I want to throw in there. But man, and they're hard to find. Like, I don't know if they're hard to find, but I think they get overlooked because everybody wants the special morphs, the coolest stuff that's out there, which there's totally nothing wrong with that. But if you just want to get into a boa that looks good, eats well, has a really good attitude, you can work with them and they can be as nice as any other snake. Just get a comment. I mean, they have really nice iridescence on them. I don't think it's really showing up right now, but they do. They shine. They got a nice little rainbow effect on them, and she's just curious about what's going on. She loves to be up in the, like, anything that's higher than her. She wants to climb up there. Like, I've got the fan that she wants to go up on constantly, and then the top of the cages, she wants to go up there, but she knocks everything off, and it just becomes a huge ordeal trying to get her to do whatever I want her to do. But so there's the under markings of her tail, and then I just really like the patterns. See, she's trying to go off there, so I guess we could see the patterns, but I just like her. Super nice. And this was actually my very first boa that I bought. I know I say this quite often when I talk about them, but I had the king snake, and I had the 2 ball pythons that I had in the beginning, and then I went to the reptile show, and then there was the albino right here, and then there was the common, and they were both from the exact same person. And I didn't want to spend, back then I think I paid, $250 or whatever, $300 for the albino. I was like, I don't know if I like boas very much, so I don't want to spend the money on it. So I saw the common right next to it for like $40. Prices were way better back in the day. And as I say back in the day, I mean like 4 or 5 years ago. So I bought the common. I was like, I really like boas. The next month I went up there, and the same guy had the albino for sale. I bought the albino. Ever since then, it's exploded into boa madness. I love boas. They have good personalities. They can be a little cranky, but you work with them and you don't have an issue. So most of the time the Argentine will throw a fit if I try to get near her cage, and she'll definitely light me up if I just go in there and grab her. So I get the hook her out, and then once she's out of the cage, I don't have any issues with her. So this is 2016 as well. I think it's 2016, 2017. But pure BCO, pure Argentine, black and white. There is the Max line, the Max Pink line, which is, I mean, those look awesome too, but I just really like the traditional coloring on them, and then they do change colors and patterns from babies to adults. So when you get them, they might look a little more grayish, but they will eventually turn into like this. Some of them do have more white, and then some of them do go more dark. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with an Argentine. They are kind of difficult to find right now because I don't think breeders are really, there's not too many breeders doing stuff with them. They're all going with the other morphs and localities and stuff like that. But I just really like the Argentines, and I saw her, didn't really know much of it. She was a really good price back then. Now they've skyrocketed because limited breeders, but you can find people that have put in BCI or BCC bloodline with them, and then it turns the tail a little bit more reddish, and then you can see the saddles of the BCI or the BCC on them. But I just really like the traditional pure locality of them. And she's big. She will definitely get much bigger than this. I've seen some online where they're, you know, all of 10, 11 feet, maybe even 12 feet, no problem. Getting up there in size at 30 pounds, easy. But yeah, she's definitely going to be a really big girl. And her temperament is not an issue once she is out. And she's got a big head on her. A lot bigger than at her size than some of the other boas that I do have. But nothing wrong with the localities. I don't have too many in the room. I do have a Guyana Redtail, and then I have the Suriname Redtail, and then her for true localities. I don't think you would consider anacondas localities because they're all over South America, not just really designated from really one area. But you can see that she even has, being as dark as she is, she has some really nice iridescence on her. So, I mean, she shines. If I could, once it gets warm enough outside, I'll take her out there. I'll make a video, get some pictures of her. But she definitely glows in the natural sunlight, and she loves to be outside. Took her out a couple times last year and had no issues with her at all. Sometimes I just gotta be careful because my yard has holes in them from like rodents and stuff, but you know, we don't want to lose any of them. And then birds and stuff like that we got to watch out for. But just a super fast video, and even though this is like 12 minutes, not really that fast, but I don't think I really, I mean, I might, I don't know. I just don't think I'd take that many videos of the big ones. It's mostly the smaller ones just because they're a lot easier to handle. There's Mountain Dew right there. So she is beautiful. So if you guys watched the last video, to show you guys this really fast, she shed, and then I had to dump out a lot of the mulch or the repti chip that was in here. So she pooped when she shed, so I got to go out and hose this all down in the yard, get that all cleaned out. But this is her, and man, she is crazy looking, super bright, a lot of nice colors on her. I would have no idea what to do with her, so she's probably just gonna be a pet, not anything to breed with. But we'll end it right there. And then we saw the ghost earlier, which I know a lot of people do like the ghosts, and she is really healthy, and I'm surprised none of them are, oh, there she is. Yeah, she wants to come back out. But all right, guys, I appreciate the support on the channel. Hope everybody's having an awesome day, and once it gets above 80 degrees, I will definitely be taking some of these snakes outside. So I'll see you guys on the next video.